Hello guys, how you all doing? I greet you in the name of the Lord. I thank God that you and I are here today, at least to listen to this few speech from abroad. It's been a while, and I decided to keep it low for a while so that you all can see, feel, think, and rationalize what I've been telling you guys for a while. What did I want to talk about today? Your ability to predict the future. Your ability to predict the future. I will start by saying thank you to you guys that have been listening and that have been following, and then that have been seeing my speech has been courageous and impactful. Sometimes ago, I think about 6 months or 7 months, I did a video, and then I was in a meeting with a couple of friends, grassroots friends, secondary school friends, and then we love ourselves. If I must say, I can say I love them because I was feeling it. I don't know what. God just put that pressure in me. I was feeling that there is hardship coming out from somewhere. I felt it. And then I was calling them every time in WhatsApp platform. I would try to share the little I got. I would try to share my advice. And this, I can't forget. I told guys that life is gonna go harder. It's no joke. Life is gonna go harder. It's not a joke. I said Nigeria is gonna be worse. Naira is going to go about 2,000 to $1. That is not a bad. It is normal. It is the way the government policies in Nigeria is affecting Naira. And then I told guys that, what can you do so that you will not be affected with the economic policy or government policy or whatever the economy throws at you? And that is what I'm going to share again. You see, your ability to foresee, look at what will happen in the next 5, to some people they look at 6 months, some people they look at a year, some people they look at depending on your environment, depending on how capable you are, and depending on your mental states. Then I was telling them that you should be able to think of how can I manage myself that whatever happens in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years, that I'll be able to manage myself and my family. Then I look at the generality of that platform, and I look at Nigeria as a whole, and I look at the necessity, which is feeding, housing, and the third, clothing. And I said, The number one is feeding. How can you manage your feeding? Then I'm repeating now that it is very easy to manage this thing. It's just your ability to think. Average Nigerian has somewhere to put their head. And I'm going to go in two parts. I'm going to start with a big boy. So when I put from a big man or somebody that is well-to-do, an average Nigerian earning like 500,000 naira, then, you know, when you are earning 500,000 as at 2 years, 5 years ago, or let's say 2 years, a year ago, it's as if you are earning 100,000 now. Yeah, that's it. I know. That's how it is now. So if you are earning that kind of amount, how can you manage it? Definitely you're going to have a house. Some will have a land somewhere that is building. And my advice is, okay, there's this program that I'm in. I want to share this before I go into my advice. There's this program that I'm in, that I'm listening to. You know, it's a live program. People call in, share their minds. And then there's this guy. He's a big boy. From his expression, you will know. This guy calls and said he's living in Lekki, and then his wife doesn't work, and then he's living in his house, and that by now things have become so bad. Sorry, I'm driving, so I'm still gonna. I will pull over now. So things have become so hard that he cannot manage anything. Ever since he has stopped working, he's been trying to get into another work, but every of his efforts seems abortive. And then he's been wallowing and spending the saving he's got. That right now is his wife that is going out to look for somebody that has not been working. You know, it's going to be hard for that kind of person. All what the person is going to be doing is going to be like begging. I don't mean begging directly, but you know, somebody that has not been in, you know, when you have experience in the, when you have experience, you know how to manage. But when you don't have experience, she doesn't have working experience. So whatever she's going to go out there to do is like begging. So he said his wife is working. I mean, not working, going out to go also to look for, you know, something to, you know, to put on their table. My fear is this. Yeah, I'll pull over. So let me just do this. I'm not going to spend much of your time. So now, this guy said he doesn't have anything. The only thing he has left is his house. For somebody to build a house in Lekki, let's say Lekki Ajah, let's say Lekki, I don't know the Lekki, they just said Lekki. Even if it's 3-bedroom bungalow, the house will not be less than 20 million as at now. Nothing less than 20 million, regardless of where he built it. That is the least price he could sell it. Now, he was crying over the phone that somebody should please help him. Then, what comes to my mind is, you are living in Lekki, you are not doing well, you got 2 kids, you and your wife. What do you have to do? Either you rent the house out, move to a very, you know, suburban area, or let me call it rural area, because you move to a place that is cheaper. Let me break it down. You move to a place that is cheaper in terms of costs relative, in economic, just in the environment, the rent, everything, and start a new life. That's one choice, one option. The other option is you can sell that house and start a new life. Sell the house, go buy a landed property, build, and use the remaining money to start your business. That's second option. The third option, I think those two options are the best options you can do. And people were calling in. Okay. Now, if you now go to, this is where I'm going. That one is just to show that if the rich man also cries. That's just to show that the rich man also cries. So now, if you now have a big man crying, a big boy, don't let me say a big man, crying, excuse me. What are we going to talk about the average people? What are we going to talk about the poor people? Now, I'm going to be very brief about this. I'm not going to spend more than 5 more minutes on this. Now, if you are living in your house, you are at more advantage. You can cut 70% of recession. You can cut 70% expensive out, and I will explain now. Now, you are living in your house. If it's a room, I don't care. If it's 2 rooms, I don't care. So far, you have a small compound. If you just have a small, you don't have to have a big compound. Just have a small compound, like 2-3 rooms space. A room is 10 by 12. That's the biggest room you can see now. So when you have like 10 by 12, even if it's 10 by 12, if I tell you what I can do with that. If you now have more than 10 by 12, if you have maybe in 3 places, space in your compound, maybe anywhere you are living, anywhere, I don't care, like you are in Banana Island, there are some things you can control, you can do. So what do? You have to cultivate somewhere. You barricade somewhere. You barricade somewhere, and you plant. You barricade somewhere, as in you cut a part, and you make it your farm. What do you plant in that farm? You can plant vegetable like ugu, any type of vegetable you like. You plant pepper. There are species of pepper. Now, you don't plant normal pepper. You go and get the seed of the pepper, those ones that are very, very pepperish, that if you pluck 2 or 3, let me tell you something. I'm in America here, and when I'm coming to America, or anytime I come to Nigeria, then let me even start with when I got American visa, and then I was moving to America with my family. I spent about $200,000 to buy the food stuff that I'm bringing over. Do you know that food stuff lasts me about 2 years? Now, this is where I'm going. The dry pepper, the powdered pepper that I brought, we didn't use it because there are some pepper here in America. Just 2 pepper. We cook your soup. It is so pepperish. So you go and look for that kind of pepper. Get the seed and plant it. You just plant like 2 or 3 inside your compound. Plant okra, plant water leaf, or just plant different vegetable. Plant tomato. Inside that small place, you plant yam. If you like, you plant maize. So the only thing you want to buy outside, maybe you want to buy garri once in a while, maybe before your yam go, you want to buy yam because it will take like at least 9 months before your yam, but you're not buying maize out there. You ain't buy pepper. You are not buying this thing. You are not buying tomato. You don't know how much you are not buying vegetable. These things I'm telling you can do it in your house, so you don't cry for food. Then that means food and housing takes 90%, 95% of our expenses in our gross expenses in a year, anyhow you want to put it. Now, I told my people, go and do this. People are telling me, there's a friend of mine that told me that there's some animal around, they enter and then they eat all your not this time. You are going to look for how you are going to manage that thing so that thing those animal doesn't come in. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you because there's no way out. Naira is going to fall the more. And the more the Naira falls, the worse it becomes to you. Because when Naira falls, when you are buying pepper 500, then you begin to buy pepper 1,000. Anything you buy will go up. Even the house rent will go up. Everything will go up. So what do you do? If you are okay before and you are not okay again, go and look for one land. Move away from the city. Move away from the city. As at 7-10 years. Yeah, let me even say, as at 2010, 2011, I worked at Apapa. I have people coming from Songo to Apapa. As at that time, when the roads are not good. I think Nigerian roads are better now to that time. So where you can go to anywhere. There are places around Lagos. There are places that surround Lagos that you can stay. Go and buy land 300,000 or 500,000. Put one room there. I have a cousin that they are living good where they are. They have a land and they put one room, put a net on your window, put door, roof and small. You go, they continue the remaining. The first thing you need is where to lay your head. You don't need to make it, I want to make it nice. Now when you get extra, now you go the trial. If you don't get, now the thing where you get, you go manage. Make I not talk too much. I don't want to say too much. I hope you guys gain a little from what I'm saying. Yes, to those of you, lest I forget, to those of you that are still in rented apartment, do you know you can still cultivate like this pepper? It's just that what you'll be able to do will be limited. But the most important is the pepper, the okra, the vegetables, the yam. You can still do that. All you need to do, you get a bag, a sack, fill it with sand, put fertilizer on it, put the pepper on it, put it at the corner of your house. It germinates. You wet it once in a while. You wet it once in a while. And before you know it, your vegetables is here. How do I know all this? You see, I got to know this when we had a problem. My mom, when I was in JS1, and then my mom was taking care of us, and then we ran into financial mess, and then we had to travel to my mom's village. So I left from primary 6, not JS1. So I did common entrance in my mom's village. So I spent 6 years in the village, somewhere in Ogun State. those 6 years gave me the best way to farm. If I return to Nigeria today, or as I am in America, I don't have my house yet. If I have my house and I feel like farming, it's not going to take me anything to farm. You farm at the back of your house. It's very easy. I'm not be bought you, I beg. You farm. So that time, that's when how I got to learn about farming. And then, apart from farming, is the easiest, the most comfortable, convenient business you can do, that you don't prognose on any, even oil and gas. You don't need to prognose on them, on what they are doing, if you are contented. And also you rear animals if you are in your house. If you are opportune that you allow them to go around, but I don't support that. You let them stay in a caged area. You cage them. See, all these things brings money. You know how much you are selling ram now? As at last year, I don't know how much this one will be. People were pricing ram, a goat, for as much as 800,000, 700,000 naira. Imagine you buy just small, babyish, maybe 3 months or 6 months. Maybe you buy 50,000 too. And then they go after a year. I'm very sure you're not going to send it less than 150 to 200. You ain't giving them anything. You take them to eat grass. You just go and cut grass and give them. I'm just saying that at least 150 to 200. That's the price you're going to sell it, without you doing anything. Let's now say you buy the female that will give birth. Maybe they give 1 or twice in a year. Before you know, in 5 years to 10 years, that business will turn to multi-million for you. You have other things you are doing, you know. It's just the opportunity that you are in your house. My brothers, if I tell you the things you can do if you have your own house, regardless of the location, no be small, no be here. But make I stop this video here. Till I see you again. Guys, please, I want you to share my video, subscribe to my YouTube. Just press the subscribe button so that as I'm doing my video, you are getting it. You are my people. And then I feel pressed, I feel distressed anytime I see people lacking, because I know most of the things you think you are lacking of, you have it all around you. You just need somebody to tell you what to do. And then if you have any question, you can send me a message on any of my videos, then I will respond. Peace.